I'm Jim Gordon, and I'm here at the offices of the Richmond Sentinel to bring you an important segment on the 2022 municipal elections here in Richmond. We've invited all the candidates to share with you, our viewers, why they're running and who they are, and why they want to serve the city of Richmond. Every candidate that accepted our invitation will be given the opportunity to share their views. Get to know the candidates here in Richmond and make an educated decision before you vote. Now, let's get started. Joining us now is Jerome Dickey. He is running for councillor for Richmond. Jerome, welcome to the table.
Thank you.
Let's start with a bit of background on yourself and why you're choosing to run.
Yeah, I'm choosing to run because on Richmond Council we need a strong team of independent voices. And to the whole team, all of us, including me, brings that independent voice to council. We want to represent you as citizens. We know over the long term, the last 15 years, we've had a status quo council, and we know some key issues we're going to get into, probably like housing. We have no change on that. We're continuing to do the same thing. We need new ideas and different approaches. And myself, as an independent with I can do that. My background is I'm a long time a resident of Richmond. I've lived here a long time. I'm a homeowner, have my family here, and I'm a small business owner as well. I've volunteered on with the city. I'm the only candidate who's actually worked in the city. I'm a mediator and a business professional, and I can bring that to helping us work together. We need to come together and create innovative solutions to today's current issues, and we're not seeing enough of that.
Let's talk about housing. You mentioned that. That is certainly a big concern. Sustainable, attainable, affordable housing, not just in Richmond, but all over BC. If you get in as a councillor, what do you want to do with your colleagues to improve the situation?
Yeah, again, we've got to look at innovative ideas on housing. We feel powerless often on these issues because they don't reside fully with the municipal government. The federal government and provincial have a say in this to a large degree, but that doesn't mean we're powerless. We can do things around zoning. We can do innovative things. We're seeing this in other areas. Rental tenure housing is one area. It's a concept looking at how do we get more rentals, because we're going to lose a generation of young people here if we don't address this. And Burnaby is doing some of this now. We need to bring some of their innovative ideas and look around the province what else is working and have the courage to try some of those things out. Other things are approaching it through smart growth, where we look at our strip malls of commercial, requiring building residential above those, using some city land to provide low-income, low-cost housing. We have these options, but we're not doing enough of it, if some of it at all.
The other issue we're discussing is something that's become very more and more important to not just citizens of this city, but cities across the Lower Mainland of BC, and that is crime and safety. What would you be doing on that subject?
Yeah, so Richmond, some of the concepts that we've talked about crime and safety is, one is for ensuring the RCMP have mental health nurses available to them. We've piloted this, it works. We need to do more of this because mental health is a huge issue in our community, and the RCMP aren't always the best trained for this. So that's one way to go. We also need to look at things like racism and anti-racism programs in our community. We know there's a lot of this going on, and that goes to a lot of things like education in our community, building these in there. As well as around safety, I would say ties right in with climate change and our emergency preparedness. How prepared are we? I don't believe we are fully prepared, and there's more we can do. Again, independent voices we're bringing to this. We will bring new ideas and new approaches. Any
last thoughts you want to bring up before we wrap this interview up?
Yeah, so I appreciate your vote for me and the right team. Again, we don't represent any parties out there. We're independent. We bring an independent voice to it, and we're the best place to represent you. You do have a power in your vote. Please utilize that to help us represent you. Thank you.
Good to have you here. Thank you very much. It's Jerome Dickey. He's running for councillor for Richmond. Thank you for the time here today at the table.
Thank you.
And that does it for this edition of the Richmond Sentinel Spotlights on the candidates that are running in the next election, October 15th. Please educate yourself and vote on that day. For more details, and if you want to see more videos, please go to the Richmond Sentinel website. It's richmondsentinel.ca.